Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we dive into the video, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon. Let's dive in.
If you're new here, stop everything right now, because this true story might quietly change how you see the people closest to you. Imagine one normal Tuesday night turns your entire family upside down, not with shouting or fights, but with something much quieter and far more powerful. Stay with me, because what happened next still keeps me awake some nights. People think regret hits you fast and loud the moment you make a mistake. But real regret is patient. It waits. It lets you believe everything is fine. Then, when the house is dark and silent, it starts to whisper. And those whispers can change everything. It started on a simple Tuesday. My husband Michael left early for a business trip. He kissed my forehead, promised to call when he landed, and walked out like any other morning. The house felt a little unfinished without him, but not empty. I went to work, stayed late, came home tired, wanting only food, a shower and sleep. Nothing more. But the second I stepped inside, something felt off. Then I heard it, water running upstairs, steady and quiet. My stepson Liam must have come home early from university. Liam was never careless. After his mother died, he carried silence like a heavy coat he never took off. So that sound didn't belong. I climbed the stairs slowly. Steam drifted from the slightly open bathroom door. Liam never left doors open. The water stopped. Then came the tiniest sound, a broken breath. Someone trying so hard not to be heard. My heart froze. Liam, I whispered. No answer. Every part of me wanted to walk away, respect his space. But worry won. I knocked softly, pushed the door open. There he was, sitting on the bathroom floor, fully dressed, knees to his chest, shaking, eyes red. I'm fine, he said fast, but his voice broke. I sat on the floor a few feet away. You don't have to be fine. What's going on? After a long silence he whispered. I don't know what's wrong with me anymore. I can't sleep. I can't focus. I feel like I'm disappearing. That wasn't anger. That was fear, raw and quiet. Grief had lived in our house since his mom passed, never spoken, but always there. Now it finally spoke. I told him, you're not broken. You're human. You've carried too much for too long. He looked at me searching and asked, do you really think it gets better? I said yes. And in that moment something soft and dangerous began. Hey, if stories like this touch you, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss one. These aren't just stories, they stay with you. The next morning he said, I'm glad you knocked. I said, I'm glad you let me. It could have ended there, a small step toward healing. But when someone feels truly seen after so long feeling invisible, they remember who saw them. Over the next days he stayed in rooms I was in, asked small questions about my day, my books, my thoughts. Normal talk, but underneath was trust growing quietly. I told myself I was just being a good stepmom, offering support. But late at night I replayed those moments, not because they were wrong, but because they felt important. Michael called every evening. How's everything? Quiet, I said. And it was quiet, but quiet can hide a lot. Then one night he knocked on my study door. I've been thinking about what you said, about not being broken. I don't think I've ever really talked about her. So we talked about his mom, her laugh, how he still got angry at himself for forgetting her voice. I listened. And every time I listened, that thin line between helping and becoming essential got thinner. He started texting small things during the day. Exam went okay. Didn't sleep much. Thinking about what you said. I answered carefully, but I answered. And every reply built something real. One evening at dinner he looked at me with a look I can't name. Not romantic, not wrong, but not just family either. It was recognition. You understand me like no one else does. That's where the danger hides, not in big betrayals, but in emotional closeness that feels too special. I noticed I spoke softer to him, more patient, more present than I sometimes was with Michael. Care should never feel selective, but it did. And one night, lying next to my sleeping husband, I asked myself the question I didn't want to face. When does helping turn into needing to be needed? Because being needed feels powerful. It fills empty spaces. It makes you feel like you can't be replaced. Nothing crossed a clear line. No rules were broken, but something inside shifted. I started looking forward to our talks. Felt a small disappointment when he didn't message. Let my thoughts stay on him a little too long. If this story is hitting close to home for you, please subscribe right now, because there are more real stories coming that might help you see things differently. Regret doesn't start with scandal. It starts with silence, shared pain, moments that feel kind and necessary. They don't feel wrong. They feel human. Until one day you look back and see that an ordinary Tuesday quietly became the start of something you never meant to create. And by then the whisper of regret is already there.